Yeah, guys. So we would like to have a short discussion on how all the teams have fared till now. So it's around the halfway stage. In fact, more than the halfway stage. I mean, it's the 36th match going on. One more match actually than the halfway stage, and
Exactly.
I mean we have got a fair idea, right, regarding which teams are lacking where, which teams are excelling where. So the strengths and weaknesses of all the 10 teams. There will be surely some reversals come the next half. I mean, some teams from the bottom half will surely make a move. Some teams from the upper half would surely succumb to some pressure. And that's where we need to have some sort of introspections on all the 10 franchises. Well, there's a game going on, a pretty exciting one. The 14-year-old kid is bashing I mean, senior bowlers like Avesh and Shardul to all corners of the park. But I think this is a discussion which will definitely garner a lot of attention, and I'm excited for you guys to join. I mean, it's you guys who can make this live hit. So please, guys, join and comment. I mean, that's only how we can excel. So I'm here with
Exactly.
Ritam, and two, three more guys are gonna join in some time. So, Ritam, I would like to start with. I mean, in an in general question, I mean, what has been your view of the of this season's IPL? I mean, the trends or whatever you have felt has been new this season. I mean, which hasn't been there in the previous 17 seasons. Something different, something your view.
Uh, exactly. To be very honest, I must say that till now, to date, the IPL, this year's IPL has been quite interesting, I would like to say, because see, there was a trend before the advent of this season, because we can see that last year, many of the games were high scoring games where the franchises or the teams were bashing 250 runs and
Yeah,
260 runs. So the premeditated mindset was that this year the IPL would be, I mean, completely a batters game where batters will
yeah,
be
and
the
even the first two,
leader.
three games, there were 240, 250, and then all of a sudden it changed.
Exactly. So, but I am very happy to see that the myth has been broken. And if you analyze the games matches, you'll really see that you will get every flavor in this. Till now, the number of matches have been played. You will see that every kind of matches are there. That 150, 160 kind of games are there. That 180, 190 or 200 kind of games are there, and there are also games where 250 was scored. So it's a very kind of mixed bag kind of a season till now. So, and you obviously know when you get such amount of flavors, different flavors in the game. Obviously, it becomes quite interesting, and we have seen almost everything in this IPL. We have seen super over, only one super over
Yeah,
though. We have seen one-sided matches. We have seen thrillers. So everything has been there. So I would expect the IPL to go on like this only for the next half also. So that is my view till of IPL till date.
yeah. So since Shubhradeep is also here, so let's start the team by team retrospection. So I mean, which team I will like to go to Shubhradeep, and which team you feel has done the best job in their first half?
Gujarat. I think Gujarat, the amount of
Not
players
just looking
you
at the
see,
points table. I mean, maybe sometimes the points table isn't a true reflection, but from your own feeling.
I think Gujarat. You see the name on the paper, the players they have got. You don't see them more or less they are overall in a T20 game mostly, but but I think the way they have managed them, one of those games there where Washington Sundar played in Hyderabad against Sunrisers, he batted really well. The very next game, he was replaced by Shah Rukh Khan. And Shah Rukh Khan did a great job in that game. They have been really in changing and I think they have done really well, pretty well, because of the fact that they have picked up some right Indian fast bowlers based on the pitches, the surfaces they are going to offer. There's nothing no kind of controversial moment with Gujarat saying something against their surface. Unlike many teams, I think CSK RCB, Lucknow,
Yeah, I mean, a
most
lot
of
of teams have said CSK, RCB,
yeah.
KKR have been saying for some
And another
So
thing that
that
I
decades.
want to add is that this is the characteristics of Gujarat. If you see their first season in 2022, people are rating Gujarat very negatively. I mean, they were saying that this is not a good team. They
Yeah,
cannot win. They cannot perform well. But all of a sudden, we see that they have performed so well. All of the players actually clicked in, and somehow they managed to win the trophy. And then again, they
yeah.
managed to go to the final in the following year,
2023
and they
season also
also
they were just, I
they
mean, one
were
ball away from
just
that victory.
one ball away from the victory. So they are doing really well. I mean, they are the underdogs, I would like to say. Please, Gadot, please
and
continue.
obviously Shubman's captaincy have been brilliant. I think the last two games, I thought the last game they slowed down quite a bit in the batting order, especially in the lower order. They got 120 runs in the opening partnership, and then got just 60 runs in the
Yeah,
seven overs that they have. Maybe we can slow down a bit, but I think that game is a
yeah.
perfect game.
Also, a
And
reason maybe
every
was
time,
Josh Butler. These days, if he comes a bit late, he isn't able to straight away accelerate. Today, he came right at the top of the order. I think he came in 3 4 overs into the chase, and he could just dictate the terms throughout the
I
chase.
mean, Chaktoshi, I think after the World Cup last year, and also Champions Trophy, a T20 World Cup, so many tournaments for England, they have not done well. And there's so many questions on Josh. Butler, everyone is thinking, but is Butler the same? Is he going in an aggressive manner? Is he the same player, from the past? And other son took a gamble of dropping him. I still look back at some of the very, very odd decisions in the entire history of the IPL. RCB dropping Chahal, SRH dropping or leaving out Rashid Khan, and Rajasthan leaving out Josh Butler from their opening partnership, especially when they have someone like Yashish Jaiswal is young and Butler can guide him at
Sure.
the opening partnership. For sure, you drop him, and today is the game that Rajasthan will look back and saying, "Did we make a mistake?" Actually, it was a mistake because wicket was really, really hard, and the opening batter, both of the opening batters, not getting it easy at the start of the innings. But then once Butler came, it becomes really easier. Suddenly, feel the shots are coming. Sudarshan also got a few flick shots and some few boundaries. In the first partnership, they got runs that run a ball or less than that. Suddenly, Butler came in 3 overs, he scored around 36 odd runs, and the pressure suddenly released from the Gujarat side, and then he carried away it's the heat. It's such a hot day. It was such a hot day. I think 40-degree odd around in the afternoon, and then to keep wicket for 20 overs, then to bat in the second over, and then to carry it for the next 18 overs. Talks about the man's fitness also, and we can see how he has loses his shape and rhythm towards the end of the innings because he was getting tired, fatigued mentally or
Yeah,
physically. Yeah. But still, hold the middle, and to make sure that you stay till the end because it could have been tricky. If Rahul Tiwari had not smacked those 4 or 6, it could have been really bizarre if they lose the game because there's so much ahead. But Butler makes sure that he stayed there or he would stay there and make sure that they would carry him or he would carry them over the line. That was a fantastic knock from Butler. I think even Prasidh Krishna's spongy bounce is something that I'm always a big fan of.
perfectly.
The way he plays and bounce, use the batters. Today is another great example of how he
Yeah, the
used the
Gujarat
big
bowling
ball.
lineup has been top notch. I mean, Prasidh Krishna, Siraj has come back this season. Then
I
Sai
think,
Siraj
Kishore,
has
the way he has
and
bowled.
that the credit goes to Ashish Nehra. I mean, he has been a bowler,
Yeah,
so he is tackling them quite well, I must say.
yeah,
Ashish Nehra
Ashish.
deserves a credit here.
Two Ashish, Nehra, and Kapoor both have actually done pretty well with the bowling group. I think they have. You have to see that two of their best bowlers have not really, two of the best bowlers whom they have actually thought or anticipated that they would get so many wickets haven't really come to the party yet. That's Kagiso Rabada and Rashid
Tagisura
Khan.
Wada played only one game. Rashid Khan has got wickets in only one or
Rabada
two
played two
games.
games. Rabada played two
Okay,
games.
Rabada played two.
Then
Yeah,
he
he
went
played the
off.
Mumbai game. Correct, correct. He
Yeah,
played the Mumbai game.
and he flew away. And then Siraj shouldered more weight than he actually
Siraj
anticipated.
and Prasidh has stepped up nicely. Even Ishant Sharma, he has bowled well in patches.
And then if you see the spin
Exactly.
department, Shai Kishore, the way he bowled, that last over he bowled, that
Fast
was
side
fantastic.
Kishore.
The last over he bowled today, that was his first one. To be in the heat in the field for a long day, you being in the cold, and suddenly you come and bowl the fantastic over against a set batter. Someone Ashutosh was there. Ashutosh was hitting it really finely. So you bowl a
Short,
brilliant over.
short, short.
and you just grab the momentum from that kind of period. That is something that you would always want to have. So I think Shai has shouldered his weight that he was more weight than he was anticipated of, along with Siraj. Krishna has been brilliant. I think Rajasthan went with Krishna for a long, long time, but he was the guy, he's the injury prone guy. He was injured for a long time.
Yeah,
The
he
year
missed
that
23, 24 both, and then they gave up maybe.
the year that Krishna played, Rajasthan went to the final. That was 2022 when Gujarat owned the game, owned the
Yeah, and
championship.
also the fact that they played the entire season in Mumbai, where he was getting a lot of help from the surfaces.
Yeah, because he's
Exactly,
someone, so
and
a tall, lanky guy.
this is the
And he,
best uses of Prashit Krishna, I must say. I mean,
yeah,
Prashit Krishna has not been used in such
the
a
only
way before.
the
He
only
always
hole,
had
if
that
I
talent,
can,
but
yeah,
Gujarat has been able to actually use that talent in a correct way, I must say.
if I have to find a hole in the entire team, I think it's around Rahul Tiwati, and it's not because of the team is getting destroyed or getting not getting benefited from him. I think Rahul Tiwati himself is not getting benefited from what he is contributing. He's not bowling. He's fielding. If he's fielding at a place where the ball is not going, so you are not at the in the hotspot zone, I would say, and he's batting at a very lower position where he hardly plays too
And the
much.
consistency of the top order means he bats only 1 out of 10 days.
That is the issue. So he's not contributing enough for himself to be back in the Indian team. Remember, he was part of the Indian team, didn't
Yeah,
get a
that
chance
England series 2021.
in the squad. He was in the squad, hasn't really got his cap yet, but he hasn't really done anything to get back in the Indian side.
Short,
From a
short,
personal,
short, short. Four. Yeah.
from a personal point of view. So it is the issue, not basically on a franchise, but surely as a personal view, it is the issue. And Rutherford batted well. I think Rutherford has a issue. West Indians generally have a issue. I won't say have a issue against spinners. He is one of those West Indians who have an issue because he's not regular in various T20 leagues. Surfan Rutherford is one of those rare West Indian players who doesn't play in all the T20 leagues. Unlike you say Nicky P or in the past you say Russell or Narin, Gale, Pollard,
Pollard.
Bravo. So these are the players who used to play a lot of T20 leagues. They used to play in subcontinent, Abu Dhabi, around the globe. They can whack the spinners a different way. Sherfan Atapur has a problem against the spinner, but he's a great batter against the pacers and also the bowlers who bowls with a pace of delivery because he can read them from the hand. We saw how Kuldeep bowled today. So that is, I think, there is a two or three, I say one and a half kind of holes I would find for the entire side. I am maybe surprised that they haven't gone with Cords there, Cyril Cords there, despite of
And
having a
also,
one.
one
Yeah, they
thing
have
I
got
would
James
like to
Quincy,
add,
and I think they've got Karim Janath from Afghanistan.
I understand Karim John, you don't want to go to Karim John up, but you have a Corsia type of bowler, so you can easily go with him. But I think Shubman has said that there's a bit of an issue that I don't think Rabada will come back to. I seriously think Rabada won't come back this season, to be honest, because last
I don't know.
evening press conference was
Shubman said
having.
he will come back, right? Shubman said he's coming back in
He
10
said
to 12 days.
he's coming back for 10 days. But when they asked the assistant coach Ashish Kapoor last evening, he said, I have no idea. I have no idea when he's coming back. I think there's a bit of family issue with Kagiso. And they said that as fast as he can, he would try to come back, but there is no guarantee that he would come back. So that is a bit of an issue. Without him, the team is going well, no issues with it. But the issue will start when you see Siraj. Siraj has gone for a lot of runs in the last couple of games. So his last two games have been full struggling. Now, if he can't go back to his, the strong positions from the last, or for the first half, if you break these 7 games into two halves, in the first 3 or 4 games are excellent. The team started to rectify or find out how Siraj is bowling, which lane he's hitting a lot in this season, and that's why you pay a lot of money to those stats gurus in the
Yeah,
dressing room, and they have found out what kind of length he's facing. You see KL Rahul from the very first ball. When was the last time you saw KL Rahul, apart from the 2080 season, starting to bash the bowlers from the first ball like he did
KL
today?
Rahul definitely. I
He
mean,
knew it.
his mentality has changed a lot,
Even the
and
rap, even the few shots he played behind the wicket, he was kind of knew it. It was like a game where you set the bowler length or line, and the batter actually know that where the ball is coming. He knew it. So they have kind of analyzed his line and length, and Siraj needs to come back. One thing I don't know why I messaged or not, but I said that Siraj's issue is ego. He comes with so much ego, and fast bowlers don't really carry ego. Bumrah has made it very clear that fast bowlers should not carry ego in their mind. If you have go a bouncer and the bowler smacked you or pulled you over the square leg for a six, next ball doesn't mean have to go again bouncer for again. So there's the issue.
Thoughts on
So
Vaibhav Suryavanshi and what will happen when Sanju comes?
I will keep out Shubham Dubey and go with Vaibhav
Most likely that
Vanshi.
will happen now. The way he's performed in the first game, it's not justifiable to drop him in the next game.
That's what he played for the
Though,
first ball
though it's
over
not
the
sure,
covers.
is Sanju coming back in a game's time? I think he will miss at least a couple of games.
Okay, I think we have put a new member on hold for a long,
Yeah,
long time since they have joined them. Hello, Isha, for the
KL
very
never
first time.
understands pressure situation. I don't think that KL never understands. This is not a true statement that KL never understands pressure situation. He does it quite well, and sometimes the actual problem with KL Rahul is that he gets carried away in pressure. He feels the pressure so much that he cannot perform, he cannot utilize his talent to the extent that as is expected. So,
yeah. It
but
was
now
it was always down to that mental aspect. I mean, he just curbed his instincts. He didn't let them
exactly.
come out,
There was
sort of.
never a doubt with KL Rahul's ability. I mean, he is one of the most complete batters
Yeah,
I
and
have ever
that's
seen.
the
So,
even more painful. That was the even more painful part, that the guy who can score 14 ball 50 used to score 45 ball 50.
exactly.
Okay, back to the point, back to the welcome speech. I'm just interrupted from my entire welcome speech to
I
Isha.
think you were
Isha,
elongating your welcome speech too much. Just not welcome speech. I mean your analysis for the GT squad. Just carve it
uh,
down, man.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Isha,
so
hello.
GT is at the top, and he has spent around 15 minutes. By the time it reaches CSK, he will not even spend 5 minutes.
Okay, okay. First, welcome to a new member of the YouTube live. I think it's our first time in the day, and as we go through, we will have a discuss. Welcome, Avisha. She's a KKR fan as of now. I don't know what will happen by the end of the season. I know. Okay, let's start with KKR because we've got a new member. We've got a new franchise, defending
Yeah,
champion,
Let's
defending
yeah. So
ask
let's
her
start
champion.
with
only.
KKR.
What
I
do you
mean,
feel about
four
KKR?
wins, three wins out of 7 games, right? Yeah, 3 wins out
So
of
started
seven
with a
games. Up
defeat.
to
Okay, say they started with a defeat against the Bangalore, the home ground. A lot
yeah,
of
it's been
controversy.
sort of loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss.
Yeah, and once they lost, most of the fans came in the social media
Let,
and
let,
wrote about the
let the
critics.
KKR fans say about it. Let the KKR fans say about it.
Nothing
Yeah,
serious.
so Bodo can take a back seat. I will call you during SRH, not
Yeah,
CSK.
make sure
I
you.
think for KKR, basically after they win, as I have said at the beginning of this season, after the RCB match itself, not RCB match, I think pretty much after the auction that they have made their blunders for sure. And after they win a trophy, this has been seen. This is superstition, one can call, but they go into a dark den for 2 3 years, and again the sun rises after a couple of years later. So we are in that particular mood. It is our kind of the dark den, and probably will emerge after few years again. That is what I think at
How do
least.
you see how do you see that pitch controversy that's going on for a long, long time since the first game? I think Rahan has talked about it a lot of times. It's not about KKR only. I think Andy Flower, the RCB head coach, has also talked about that they have offered as a pitch, and we can't say anything or can't ask any question against the curator. How do you see it around the Eden Gardens? Are you happy with the surface, or you think the surface is the only reason for your debacle in the last couple of games? How do you see the entire situation?
I honestly, I do know that there is a lot of pitch controversy, but I think that the squad itself has its problems more than that of the pitch. Pitch can form a part of the reason, but I don't think the entire reason of it can be regarding the pitch. Especially Venki Iyer, 23.5. He was being brought at that price with the notion that probably he'll be the captain, but he hasn't been made the captain. Still, I can give some brownie points to the fact that okay, he is a future asset, so we need to groom him. Fine there. But again, I have to talk about the top three that we have, the old heads: Quinton de Kock, Sunil Narayan, and Ajinkya. So that's like, I personally feel it's three of them being a gamble at the three crucial positions. They are kind of performing, one player or maybe two of them in tune, and somehow surviving. But still, that I'm not really sure that how does it go in the long run. Like Sunil Ran in the opening is a pure Campbell. He scored for us in 2024. We were through. He is not at his best at this particular time. He was not
Yeah,
at his
Sunil
best
Narine, even after that last season, I mean, even in MLC and all those leagues, he would never
One
his
he
form
never
just went
scored.
down.
Correct. So
one
in
thing I must
between the
say.
IPL,
We have a
Okay,
question from Gorasa also that why KKR is persisting with Venkatesh and QDK.
Venkatesh had,
come
I
to the
mean, 20,
point. We'll
24
come to the
crores, you
point.
won't
The
bench him.
fact
So
is,
that's
see,
not even a question. QDK can be a question.
exactly.
Don't take the questions.
Venkatesh had
Don't take the questions. We'll come back to it. Don't take the questions. We'll end the franchise and then we'll take the questions around it.
Okay,
Right?
Okay.
The
that sounds good. Yeah,
problem with
yeah,
Yeah.
the problem one thing I just want to add, the problem with QDK is that he is not a pinch hitter. I mean, he's not the guy who will come and hit for fun. Now see,
yeah.
you always had Rahane. Rahane is an elite piece. Rahane is an elite pace hitter, and you have Sunil Narine, who is a good spin hitter. So I think instead of QDK, had they opened with Rahane and Sunil Narine, it would have made a better pair.
Yeah,
But the
but then they
problem
need
is
a set
that
no. I
keeper.
think Rahane's stats as an
exactly,
opener is
exactly.
not that great
But
But
he's
that,
comparatively.
playing well. He is
yeah, but
playing
that
well. I
was
mean,
pre
most of the times he
2023.
has to come,
That was pre
but he has to come
2023.
in
Last
the
3 years, he's changed a lot.
But then
but
where does
but
UDK plays at three?
but exactly that
Yeah,
is the
that's the issue
problem. They
because they
have
have
brought
QDK and Gurbaz, both of whom
That is what
open.
I
Gurbaz.
said.
Both are
Three of them are
openers.
very problematic.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
they
had they
don't
not
have a
bought
middle order
Rahane, they
wicket
could have
keeper,
played
man.
Ankrish at 3 or Venki at 4, and I mean that could have been a better lineup. But once Rahane was made the captain, that just sealed that position. And now to fit Ankrish, Venki is coming at number 5, so it's getting a bit too
And
late
that
maybe
is
for
creating a
Venki.
problem for Venki. I think people are saying that, but also having said that, you cannot be that much one-dimensional as a player when a franchisee is
That is
investing
what
on
is my
you.
point is with Venki that you
Exactly.
can't
Please,
Okay.
Avisha, continue.
The
Please
bottom line,
continue
the
on this
bottom
point.
Yeah, the bottom line is very simple that they are struggling with so many team changes and squad selections. Have they made any error in the auction? But the point is, after kind of a difficult they had in the low run chase, being on the wrong side in the last game against Punjab, how they will turn around the entire clock? I think they're hosting the Gujarat Titans, who are the table toppers at the moment at the home, and you're never sure about what kind of surface they will get, whether it's a pacey surface or spinning surface, whatever they get, but how they will move around the entire season because they need to win a couple of games. I think they need to win 5 games at least to make sure that they are true in the last 7 games. So 5 out of 7 won't be easy. And the good thing for them, they've welcomed their assistant coach Abhishek Nair in the
Yeah, Abhishek
season.
Nair is back.
So
I believe
Abhishek,
Abhishek's inclusion should be good because he has been there with us from the beginning. The young batters are in a good tune with Abhishek because they are from the KKR Academy. Abhishek nurtures them there. So that kind of the tuning would be something that should be crucial. Venki Iyer, Ankrish, Ramandeep for that matter of fact should be able to have good conversations with him. He might be able to give some good suggestions around the batting and the approach that they are playing. So I am hopeful for that bit. But I think the middle order and the lower middle order on which KKR usually believes in a lot, that has to be Rinku. Rinku is the another guy who has been a
yeah,
letdown this season. It's not been the best of his season. So those guys have to be a little less reckless, in my opinion, because I think the game against Punjab, there are no excuses that you can give for such a low scoring match. And whatever Ajinkya Rahane says, I don't believe that they did not have that run rate thing in their mind and they just played the way they played. I don't believe that. So I think that recklessness should have to be in control, and judging the game as per it is turning out, that would be more important for KKR in the upcoming
More than
matches.
recklessness, they took it very
Yeah.
casually, I believe.
Also, I mean, another
Yes.
problem with
Hmm.
this KKR lineup is quite a few of their guys are slow starters against spin. I mean, Rinku is a slow starter against spin. Venki is a slow starter against spin. And even
Rahane
Rahane
Rahane,
doesn't
himself is
like
a
spin a lot, to be honest.
Russell
So
nowadays.
Even Quinton Dicock, if he bats deep, he has his issues
Russell
after the power
nowadays
play.
is
I think
Russell
UDK
nowadays
should
is slow
bat
Only
starter against
Narine, I think,
everybody.
would say is a good hitter against spin.
hitter.
okay, we have to
Yeah.
be quick. Last question on KKR before we move forward to the franchise. and make it very one word reply, where would they finish? 1 to 10, where would they finish?
Five maybe.
But I was also about to say 5-6.
No, no, can't be same. Have to be 4 or 6. Can't be same answer. That's my.
Okay,
That's
I'll go
Man,
with
what is
6.
this
Maybe.
behavior? They can.
Ah,
They,
that is unfair. Okay, but then okay, I'll
okay.
give
So
6
both of
because I
guys are
think the pattern
okay. So
will
both of them going
confuse
at a
the
five.
batting controls.
Saptarshi, you are saying?
5.
Arey yaar. Abhishek, don't go 5. Say something else.
I'm going for 7, I think. Considering the way they're
You're,
playing.
you're going for 6.
7, 7, 7.
I
Gozo,
think they.
Gozo,
I think,
you tell me.
I think they. I think they'll end at the bottom of the table.
No,
Bottom.
man, that's not going to happen. That's for sure.
They'll, they will replace
No,
this.
I mean,
You
that
were
usually
weak.
doesn't happen with KKR. KKR are more or
That
less
that
in the middle. I don't remember
True.
they are at the
that
bottom.
ardent
I
KKR
think they.
hater
I
has
think
come
they will.
out from Gozo.
I think they would be around 5 or 6 based on net run rate, whatever they
2022
have.
they
But they will
finished
just
at 7, but otherwise they don't. Like even if they're at their worst, they are in ranging in 5-6. Even at
there's
their
a
worst.
fan. There's a fandom
Yes, I
answer.
mean I'm not lying about it.
There's a
You can fact check.
fandom answer. But yeah, okay. So by every means, it's simple that they are not playing the qualifiers as of now.
At
Okay,
least
we
she
move.
doesn't
At
call
least for now.
herself neutral as you.
I am neutral.
Yeah, so let's take the one or two
Let's
questions I think we
okay.
got
Let's
on
take one
KKR.
questions. Give a chance
Give
to
chance to
Lovelit.
Navneet Sisodia.
I think in case of Ramandeep for sure, because I don't want to see Ramandeep coming and score that 2 balls, and just because he's a
Hmm.
great fielder doesn't mean he'll play all the games. The other thing I'm gonna mention, which I didn't actually get a chance, is bizarre that every single cricketing website has reported the news that Abhishek Nair has left the Indian team and he has actually joined the KKF side. Apart from that kind of a side, whose job was to make public that news. That is BCCI. BCCI is yet to give an official statement on Abhishek Nair, and he has joined KKR. This is where the fans of Indian cricket team is at. I think I remember that one point when MS jokingly said that fans don't belong to the grave. We are playing the game, fans are watching, and I think he has made it very clear. Okay, Vaibhav is crying, whatever it is. But we'll move forward to another team that is Mumbai
Yeah.
Indians.
But he played very well today. Yeah.
Mumbai.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Okay,
we
man,
move
have got
to
please.
Ritham
Mumbai.
anyways. Ritham is with a
Yeah.
smile.
Okay, so Mumbai
Exactly.
started with a couple of defeats at the start before they got their major victory in the season, or opening victory at the Wankhede
Yeah,
against
now
the
they are up
Kolkata
and
Knights.
running. They have with that hat trick of runouts against DC and then that complete game against SRH.
It started with a
Exactly.
steam train, now it's been excess train. I think their last
See,
game is Sunrisers against
exactly.
the Sunrisers was excellent, and then now they are facing CSK tomorrow at the home ground in El Clasico
El
2.0
Clasico.
this season. How do you
See,
see
this
Mumbai?
is the very characteristics of Mumbai Indians. They usually lose their first couple of matches, or for that matter, 3 or 4 matches. Then they somehow
Another
see
phantom
themselves.
reply.
Huh?
Very, very fandom
I
reply.
agree. I agree with you
No,
both.
no, no, no. It's true actually, man. And then they
Last year
somehow
they also last year they also lost 6 games in a row at the start.
2022, the last 8 games, I think,
but
in a row.
no, not
I
eight.
don't know. Ask their
But the
fans.
fact is that no, no, no. See, last year the situations were different. The captaincy changes were there, and see, people were booing Hardik Pandya, and everything was scattered. But now the things seem to be a little more organized, I would say, because see, one point of concern is Rohit Sharma's form, and it has always been the
That has
in
been a
concern
concern
for the
for
last
5 6 years in the IPL,
five,
anyways.
6 years, and
Even
he's
more
not
than that, I would
scoring
say.
runs in bulk exactly.
By
But
the
Littleton is
by the
looking good.
which teams people were booing Hardik Pandya?
Of course, it was
Which
Mumbai
franchise?
Indians. I wouldn't say Mumbai Indians fan. I would call Rohit Sharma fans. I
Oh,
never booed
and which
Which
Hardik
fan?
which
Pandya,
is
man.
Which fan
maximum of
you?
the Mumbai Indian fans? Which
And
comprises
you were a fan
maximum
of
of the Mumbai
Hardik or
Indian
Rohit?
fans?
You were a fan of
That's
Hardik or
true.
Rohit?
I'm not shying away from the fact that is true. But somehow these things take a time to realize. I mean, take some time to realize. People are realizing that Hardik Pandya can be a good leader, and they are keeping their faith on Pandya. And I think MI has a very good team on paper, and the only thing is players need to click at the correct moment. We have SKY, he was a great player. Will Jacks, I mean, he's not performing to the extent that we were expecting, but of course, he has that caliber to do well. Uh, of course,
Rickelton
and
is
then,
not playing to his potential.
Brian
yes, but
Mickelson, yeah.
Ryan Rickelton.
exactly,
Rickelton.
For
exactly.
Mumbai also, I
But
think
I
like KKR, buying Will Jacks has created sort of a top order heavy log jam kind of thing. I mean, Sky is now playing at 4, Tilak at
exactly Tilak
5.
Verma.
Namandir at
Mainly,
6.
mainly it has
Namandir
affected
at 6.
Tilak Verma. But
Namandir is playing at 7, Hardik at 6,
7.
Namandir
6 or
at
7.
7.
Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, but see, the players have caliber. So I think if they find the rhythm in that position, I think we'll be in a very good sound form actually. Because we all know about Sky's ability. Pandya was there in the match against RCB. We saw that how brutal Hardik Pandya can be exactly, and Tilak Verma, except for that one match where he actually couldn't wasn't able to hit the ball, time the ball. I think in the latter phases he managed to score some runs actually. And in the bowling section we have the all-time great Jasprit Bumrah. It
Yeah,
is it is
Jasprit
a
Bumrah is back.
exactly, and it is a matter of pride that Jasprit Bumrah plays for us. He's a cheat code kind of player who gives you always that extra edge over the
Bolt is there.
over everybody. Bolt is there. Bolt is a very good bowler with the new ball. We all know that, and Bolt is also doing pretty decent, I would say.
Deepak
Not
Chahar's
if
form you
not
can
very
question a
great.
bit, I think, in this IPL.
Exactly, Chahar's form can be a bit of question
No,
because
actually, the big thing is Chahar has played 7 games in a row. That's the main thing. I think it's the first time in 4 seasons he has played 7 games in a row.
I think
that
I genuinely feel there are a few things that haven't really gone for Mumbai Indians. First is leaving out Nehal Wadera, the player that they would be missing the most in the coming seasons. Nehal is
exactly
someone who is really calm and composed in his process, especially the last game we saw against the RCB in the last evening. And then
excellent game.
what two players in the power play over for the new ball because they know that they have to use Bumrah force overs at a very crucial stage. They have to use him on the last over of the power play, use him on the one in the middle over and two in the death over. So they have to have two best power play bowlers. They went for Deepak Chahar and Campbell for big money. Both of them have flopped as of now. I think they haven't really got as many wickets that they would have anticipated. And they got Mitchell Santner, which hasn't really worked again in the spin department as of now because they have been struggling a lot in the spin department for the last couple of seasons, Mumbai. And then Rohit's
Yeah,
form is
exactly.
again.
Vignesh Putur
Rohit's
has
form.
done quite well in the spin
Putur has done
Yeah,
department.
really well.
Vignesh Puttur has done. I think Vignesh may play tomorrow if Khan got that injury last match. So and he did well against CSK in the
Karan
first
Sharma
game. So
also was playing, and Karan Sharma somehow,
yeah, in fact,
I
Mitchell
don't
Sandner
remember
also
the
till
stat
now hasn't played to his potential. Mitch Sandner is a far better player than what he's putting up at this point.
Okay,
exactly.
we have to cover 10 franchises. We have to be really quick, otherwise we will cross the
Okay,
dawn
okay,
time.
okay. Just wrap
Okay,
up.
where would they finish? That's the question again. Starting with Ovisha.
Mumbai, I'll still give them 6 or a 7.
Okay, remember that you have picked KKR at 5, Mumbai at 6 or 7. Anything,
Yeah,
any one, 6 or 7.
six in that case. If I've gone
Six.
with KKR at 5.
So Mumbai is down, KKR. Okay, Rito.
Mumbai is going to play the final, man. No, jokes apart, I think they will qualify themselves for the playoffs. Genuinely speaking, I do believe that.
Okay,
Okay, so just the
Four
four.
maybe.
position you are saying.
There's a position.
Four,
I
I
I
give
think
guess.
the
this
position.
Five,
season,
four.
this season would be a trophyless team making their debut in the trophy. I think so. Either
That
an
may be
RCB or a
four.
KC.
Four. I am going with four. Am I being four?
Okay, Abhishek. Where is the
I
Mumbai?
would go with 6, maybe. Yeah, 6
Six.
is, yeah.
Okay. So you have 7 for KKR, 6 for Mumbai. Saturshi.
3.
I genuinely
Man.
believe
Six.
they would go. I
Coming from a
genuinely believe
CSK
that.
It's
fan,
after.
I
It's a
think they
jinx,
will
I
be.
know.
I, I think they'll be 5. Honestly, I think Kolkata at 6, and I go with MI at 5. I think they will net run record of the thing, and one of those players will be get injured, and Rohit will be back in form by the end of the season. Moving to RCB, we have got the fan of Abhishek. RCB, I think this is a team which has started the
Yeah, I mean,
trend.
RCB has done something weird. They've silenced the home crowd everywhere they went this
I
season.
think it's
Everywhere they have.
they have started a trend that it's always good to visit someone's home rather than staying at your own home. So they have been doing well in the away game as of now. Two defeats at home, both two defeats
Three
or three
defeats
defeats.
at
Yeah,
home.
Three, three,
three defeats.
three debates.
Three
Three defeats
defeats,
at home.
and all the three times, unfortunately, they've lost the toss and have to bat first at
Back
Chinnaswamy.
first.
Exactly.
And the issue is, in three games, they haven't really understood at all how you got to bat at Chinnaswamy. It's not a typical Chinnaswamy track where you get the
Yeah,
bounce and you can smack it from the very first ball. It's a bit different. The grass is there, thin surface. And especially yesterday, I thought because there was so much cover, the moisture soaked up the surface and it was a bit tough. And the spongy bounce wasn't really helping the batters a lot to play the shot from the very first
Yesterday,
ball.
just leave aside yesterday. It was, see, anyhow, when the pitch is undercover and
It
it's a
is.
rain curtain match, so you will, if you lose the toss, you mean there are, I
Yeah,
have already said that the chances are high that you will lose the match also. I mean,
game. Yeah.
it is very
Teams batting
difficult to
second.
bat in such conditions.
Okay, let's move to
Yeah.
Abhishek. How do you see RCB, turning up? Because at one of those games will come where they will lose to away games for sure. There will be one of those games, but to do well in the season, they have to win home games. How they will crack that code because they haven't really done yet.
Yeah. I think that's the concern that RCB is having because in order to, as you mentioned, that to win IPLs, you have to finish in the first and second position. And that's the problem with RCB over the years that they have gone to the third and fourth position, but since they lost so many matches at the home, they couldn't make it to the top two. And I think unless you win the home matches, it's very difficult to win the IPL. So I think that's the concern RCB has to address. I think.
yeah.
The
Also,
most
do you see
problematic point
any
here with
changes or
RCB,
anything in the lineup? I mean, any potential changes?
exactly, the
Team
most
David has done a
problematic
great job, to
point
be
is
honest. Team David
he
was
has
under a
done a
lot of
great
scrutiny,
job.
but he has been one of the
Exactly,
finds,
exactly.
to be honest.
The most problematic point here is Liam Livingston. He is not at
Yes.
all performing, man.
Liam
He's not
Livingston,
at all performing.
I believe he is one of those guys in the middle over who hits hard, but he's not a very good run scorer. Like he will come at the ball hard, but he's not somebody who is consistently makes runs.
He's not doing
One is the
anything here.
one is that one.
They had
Another is
Maxwell and they
Dev
replaced him
particularly.
with Liam.
Liam,
I
that
mean,
where
I
Maxwell
think
should
Maxwell,
have
Maxwell
been
like,
also.
performing for them, giving them runs at that slot at least.
I think they have a very good option at Jacob Bethel, and they have to move forward from
They have also got Romario Shepherd. They can get him also,
that.
He
There's
can give
enough.
you some overs of bowling also. So yeah.
and he can hit well at the
that
depth.
Jacob
I
Bethel
mean,
can
Livingstone,
also.
But
anyways, is
the
giving
issue,
nothing with the bat.
I saw Romania last time with Mumbai, and I saw it. If he scores 40 or 15, that he will leak 60 of 3 overs. That's the issue. If he scores runs so much that he lead or
No,
leaks so much with
but
4 overs,
bowling has not been a problem with RCB. I mean,
Yeah,
they
so I
don't
think they
need
can
some
play him
extra.
like his bowling may not even be required. Like he can play in that Liam position. He will at least bat better than what Liam is doing at this point of time.
I think Rita was asking that one question in the group. I got the chance. Are RCB too much dependent on Virat yet, or also in this season? That is the question that
Yes.
many would ask. It's a good question that are they still dependent on Virat or Virat's batting and how he would go or
Actually, I
build up a
asked
new.
this question because the context should be clear. Because if you see the four matches where actually RCB won the matches, Virat scored
Virat.
30 plus runs at least. So that is why
Yeah.
I asked the question.
So, Abhishek, are you the RCB too much dependent on Virat?
As of now, yes, because as Rita mentioned that whatever matches RCB has won, I think Virat and especially Spilsall both have given RCB a good start. So as of now, it's like seeming
I
that
would
they are
like to answer
dependent
the
on.
question in a different way. More than the name Virat, I would like to answer about the position. See, opening position is a very crucial position. If you want to do well, you have to open well. Now, Phil Salt is a kind of a player who will come and go for the kill irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the conditions. So most of the times he may not score runs. So there should be someone who can actually hold the innings a little bit. I mean, he should be quick enough and he should also score runs. I think in the matches where Virat has been able to done that, RCB has performed well. And also that
Yeah,
Devdutt
also
Padikkal
yeah,
position.
also Devdutt Padikkal, I would say, has done pretty well for them. I mean, that CSK game where he took down Jadeja, even that MI game he batted with intent in that power
Against his
play.
matchups.
I
The
think they
RR
dropped
match.
him yesterday because they thought that it would be a short game. We would go in with the slogger straight away. We would go for quick runs. But when they lost Salt in the first over, I think they could have subbed in Padikkal rather than going for Bhand again later on in the innings.
Yeah. Now, meanwhile, because we have talked about KKR and RCB, I think it's a good time to take that one comment from Mr. Wolf. He's saying KKR had a trust auction, and I go to
No
Ovisha
spin
for
hitters fell for
that is a
RCB.
no spin hitters. Well, for RCB's trap, what Venkatesh Iyer, while RCB
No,
walked
no,
off
no,
with
no,
Salt,
no.
who
One thing
actually
I must
with
make it clear.
blazing first starts.
Venkatesh Iyer was not a. It is not a trap. I mean, RCB did not push KKR to increase the price of Venkatesh Iyer. If you see
Actually, RCB
closely,
made it sure,
Actually,
ha,
almost sure that they
made
would
it.
get IR at number
They
three.
would
Even the
get
auction
Iyer.
strategy video that they put up in their
Exactly.
channel later on,
correct.
they said that
Actually,
they were going for IR.
That's what I was saying. You can see there, Venkatesh Iyer was there in their plan, but somehow they couldn't get him. Now
Okay,
Ovisha can continue.
going back to the to Ovisha, going back to the auction table, do you want to change the decision from the KKR management to buy Venkatesh at such a high price?
I think the problem is that what the KKR management wanted is like if what as per their statement after the auction is that we would want to have and retain most of the championship team. So that was more of a panic buy that they didn't want to let go of. But again, the thing is all boils down to Venkatesh's performances this year. Now, one thing that I always have a question is that right back in 2022, when Venkatesh was retained over a Shubman Gill, I personally still feel that Shubman Gill would have been a better asset for us. He was retained with the fact that as an all-rounder, we can maximize him for the in between the overs, we can tune him in, and as well as the batter that he is. But I don't think he has contributed with the ball that much what we have expected him to be. Also, the last season, I think he made somewhat odd 370 runs or 404 runs and 370 runs, I think 2023 and 2024. So that to me, it seems to be pretty average. I think we can get any batter, left-handed batter, better than him probably at that particular position. If you're just going by the batting aspect of Venkatesh Iyer, I think Venkatesh needs to make justice to the fact that why he has been retained and why he has been a KKR coded player. He has been said over the years. I think it's on to Venkatesh to prove now that because
Okay,
I just don't find him at all confident. At least this year when he's facing the bowlers at against any type of bowling that he's played. Honestly speaking. So
okay.
yeah,
So
that
as of
would be
now,
on to him. Yeah.
only yes or no, will you retain him for the next season? Because you have so much money if you drop him.
I think it's a mini auction the next season. So I would say yes. Like, who do you get a like to like for him, and how long will Ajinkya be continuing? So he is the captaincy aspect. There is no Shreyas Iyer that you have now.
Okay,
So given the fact he is there,
let's move forward to a YOLO franchise. That's name is Chennai Super Kings. They're a more successful team with.
RCB's position. You didn't mention that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
why
Actually,
did,
finished
did
it.
did you
Maybe.
intentionally miss that question?
Oh, sorry. So why did R3 finish? Apart from the bottom of the points
Let's
table.
start with Abhishek.
I'm thinking three maybe.
Jesus Christ, they're playing the playoffs against Mumbai. Okay,
I
Saptarshi.
am also thinking.
Three. Okay, Mizam is saying a three. Saptarshi.
Uh,
Two. You said two.
Yeah,
Okay, Amit Shah.
I
Don't say
also think
one.
three.
Three. I'm going with four.
okay.
Stone, heavy hard, but yeah, four. Okay, let's go to Chennai. There is MS is doing a bit of a fan advertisement, but he's back in the captaincy. MS Dhoni for the Chennai Super Kings. They are at started in a nervy kind of a winning position from against the Mumbai Indians at Jaipur. Then it
yeah,
took them 4 or 5 weeks to earn their next victory in the season, and Lucknow Super Giants was kind enough to give us the victory on the last ball, was the
yeah.
penultimate ball of the chase. So Yeah, they are at the bottom position, and they are just 2 runs behind the Sunrisers Hyderabad, who are just over them in the points table. Now they are facing the Mumbai Indians tomorrow in the Wankhede.
People are saying that MI has run it intentionally so that CSK remains at the bottom.
Who are these
Yeah,
people? Who
They
are these
took
people?
two balls extra to finish the game. Now, please, Saptarshi,
Uh,
continue.
no,
I
okay.
think maybe
So
one of those people might be in our group only.
uh, this is so many things have been talked about CSK. Obviously, they didn't play with intent, and they didn't buy any young players, things like that.
Yeah,
All
young
of
intent.
I think all the kind of questions are raised that they don't buy any young players, and since the entire kind of a discussion went around the young players, they bought two young players. One is a 17-year-old Ayush Matre, and one is a 22-year or 23-year-old
Deval
Deval
Brevis.
Brevis. So, and remember, the Patirana is not a 38-year-old veteran, so he's also a younger guy. If you don't remember him, so they
They
have got
even
young
gave Shaikh
players.
Rashid the debut.
Syed Rashid is Davis, so they have got it. They are heading us. They are heading us. Syed Rashid played with so much intent the
Rachin is
last game.
also young. How much
Intent.
is Rachin? 25, I think.
I
Roshan
think
is
in
25,
Yeah,
25ish,
if
not
you
25.
more than
Sorry, I
that.
missed the question.
I
People
think in
do not talk about foreigner youngsters. Though I know Mhatre is Indian, but they usually talk about Indian youngsters.
Indian
That
young
is the
squad,
question.
yeah.
as I have mentioned many times, so it's not the philosophy, and they don't
Exactly.
need.
That we have already discussed.
Yeah,
That
so
we have
that's
Yeah,
the
already
thing.
discussed.
I think why
yeah. I think
I go
let's
to
get back
Shopkushi.
to the point.
Let's go to
Yeah,
Shopkushi. Why it went wrong for them as of now in the season? They have one Purple Cup winner in the team Noor Ahmed, but
yeah. I
the
think
highest.
honestly speaking,
Khalil is
bowling
also
hasn't
good.
been that much of a
Taking good.
concern for CSK this season. I mean, most of the matches, if you see, is the batting that couldn't get the job done. And I mean, even the Rajasthan game, I mean, for most parts of the chase, it looked like they were in the game, but then they just couldn't finish it. Jadeja played too slowly, and the power play. I mean, they haven't been able to use the power play. Tripathi, they thought promoting him would infuse some sort of momentum into that lineup. He would take the early risk, but Tripathi struggling badly meant they had to bring back Conway. Conway isn't the same Conway which he was a couple of years back. He struggled badly. Even Rachin didn't get off to the fluent of starts. Ruturaj batting at three. That also I didn't understand the decision. Then the middle order, they tried Deepak Huda, they tried Vijay Shankar. They aren't getting any sort of good returns. And then if you want MS at this age to do everything, it's, to be honest, not honestly possible. So that batting order was messed up entirely, I feel. And even the last game you saw, they got 60 in the power play, then they just huffed and
Saptarshi,
puffed
Ashish
their
is
way
trying
to
to
that
get in. Can you
160
just
run.
let him in? Let
Yeah,
him
yeah.
in.
They huffed and puffed their way to
Yeah.
that 160 run chase. And if MS had not got those runs at the back end of the innings, I mean, maybe CSK would have lost that game also. Even Dubey, he struggled. I just didn't get how he struggled that much against Markram, Bishnoi, everyone. He didn't even want to take his chances.
I
Also, the
thought Chennai
bowling, I
was
think, why
bowling.
the bringing in Ashwin was one. I mean, sort of a more emotional decision rather than a proactive one, I would say, because Ashwin, they used to bowl him in the power play. He's not a power play bowler, and if you bowl him in the middle overs, that means you can't finish the quotas of Jadeja and Noor. So that was creating some sort of a confusion. They could have gone for Vashi Sundar, who is a better power play bowler, and I mean, Ashwin bowled pretty poorly in the power play. He was doing better once the field restrictions were up, but in the power play, he leaked a lot of runs. I think his economy was 15 or something in the power play. I was seeing one stat. So, I mean, that was also one decision. They brought Jamie Overton one game, bowled him in the power play. He's not a power play bowler. You need to bowl him in the middle overs. So, I think quite a few decisions were but pretty. I mean, what can I say? Shouldn't have been like that.
I think, yeah, in my understanding, I think most of the departments you have kind of covered. But I think Patirana's obviously form hasn't been really the same as it used to be in the
Yeah,
last couple
and
of seasons.
last but not the least, the pathetic fielding. I mean, the Punjab game, they dropped almost 3 to 4 catches. The Rajasthan game,
Even the RCB
they
game,
dropped Patidar
it's
in
not
that RCB
Patidar,
game.
yeah. I think Virat, if you see Virat captaincy days, when he used to talk about the crunch situations, he used to use that such phrase crunch situation. Chennai has lost the crunch situations. They dropped that catch of Patidar, then they pulled it back, but then they gained the sack turnover. A team they've been reactive, and that actually took the entire momentum that they had in the first inning. So they lost that game there. Kono and Ravindra is going well, but then suddenly the middle order hasn't really done anything in the entire season as of now. Even if you see the last game where they played against Lucknow, Ravindra and Shaikh Rashid gave them a very good
Yeah,
start. But again, middle order again, have nothing to do with
yeah.
that.
Even Tripathi, I mean, when they got him at 3 crore, I think he was a value buy because he has done decently in the IPL, did well for SRH, for KKR, but he's been terrible to be honest.
I think they
And what
need to
about Vijay Shankar?
Vijay Shankar. Yeah, there are
He has
players.
done.
Pretty.
See,
Vijay Shankar
I think
hasn't done really
Vijay.
bad.
I mean, Vijay Shankar,
He
when you
has
bought
done
him,
decent.
had bought him knowing that knowing his ability. So he's not a guy who will give you runs at 170 strike rate. But I think he's been still better than what Tripathi and Huda has offered
Better
till now.
than
I
exactly.
mean,
That's
Vijay
what my
Shankar has
point is.
really runs at 180, 170 strike rate for Gujarat in the past, but he's not
Yeah,
a player who do it regularly. That is the issue because
and also he's someone who can
see,
play pace better than sluggish pitches spin.
issue is very simple. If it had been the 2020 season when they were not sure about the intent issue, I would have no issue with it. But they know that intent is the problem for Chennai for a long time, and Fleming and Dhoni has faced it in that COVID season. So I don't know why it's again repeating the same. They know it, but they brought Moeen Ali for the reason, the exact reason, because they want to have that intent on someone who can smack it in the corner. So that is the point that I want to know. Um, I think at some point of time we need to do something with their squad selection. Going in the next season, they
Yeah,
can drop many
maybe
players.
they have started doing some things different. I mean, bringing in the replacements and all. So let's see. I mean, how this just pans out in the future. To be honest,
Okay, let's
Yeah, and
let's
yeah.
say
Also,
and
where they will
do
finish.
you see Deval Brevis playing tomorrow? Let's ask this
Yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah. If I would like to
Oh,
go,
surely.
see I have a couple of things. Yeah, certainly, Devil Brevis is someone I wanted him so badly in Delhi Capitals, and he went to as a replacement of Brook, and he went to CSK. And this is not a one season thing. He can be your uh, like the Mike Hussey kind of player for CSK in the coming years. So definitely, and one more thing is if you remember correctly, you found CSK found Rituraj Gaikwad through a slump season when MSD came and said on the mic that there is
Yes, Park.
not enough smart spark in the youngsters. That is how you found Rituraj Gaikwad. So maybe it's time to check your bench strength because the players that you are playing already are at the be part of their career and the sun is setting on their career, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
before
important to
moving
test.
to the other franchise, as we have been doing, because Ashish is talking, the question is very simple. Where would they finish? Just tell me the number, 1 to 10, by the end of the season.
Somewhere in the bottom two.
No, no, 9 or 10.
I would say 9.
Oh, saved me by a whisker. Ritom,
CSK.
Jesus. You are
See, I
doing a
think
The
Euro
way you
jersey.
asked this,
You are
seven,
donning a
seven.
Euro
I think.
jersey. You are donning a Euro jersey. Just look
I
at
think
that.
7 or 7. No, 8. I would give 8. 8.
Okay, 8. Oisha,
I
give me
think
some
they'll
hope.
be at 10.
What? They will be
They'll
at
be at 10, 10 where they are. I don't know, like last, is there a promotion of theirs? Last they were at 10 only. I haven't checked it
no.
Ovisha
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not good at
Never,
jinxing.
never
when
finish
i
at
said when i
never finish.
said
I think that.
Mumbai
I have
finished
see,
no
twice.
faith in the
This is the first
top.
time they would.
And I don't think CSK has done a turnaround in a season. Like I have seen Mumbai, I have seen KKR in 2021 where they have been in the back foot and have made a
They
comeback.
have.
But
They
I've
have
never
turned around.
seen
2010, when they owned their very
2010.
first season, they owned just
2010
two
is,
games.
I think that is too long ago. I'm saying in a recent time period, at least taking into
15
consideration after
years.
2022.
Golo
How
used
can you
to
talk about
study in class
2010?
4.
Okay,
Yes,
so what Shubhradeep is saying, let's ask his position.
No,
Where,
first
wherever
Optasi, where
finish,
do you see CSK finishing?
No, no, let Shubhradeep answer first.
see, this is the
my
difference between the
my
fan confidence. Okay, being a
my
CSK fan,
theory.
you are still expecting a comeback. Being a DC fan, I still expect a downfall. Okay, ठीक है मतलब
See, no, see, my equation with CSK's points table is very simple. Wherever they finish, they have to finish over Sunrisers because I don't want to face Kavya again in the comment
no no
box.
not only
I
that,
Yeah, yeah.
Rajasthan Royals. I feel Rajasthan Royals will end at the
Kavya
bottom.
hasn't come yet.
That is the issue. We have to start
I
surprises
think
next year.
Like,
And
no,
Kavya can
last
easily
match
come
CSK has won.
because if CSK wins tomorrow, then she can't come anymore.
Yeah, because I have to.
Exactly.
In my division, because they lost to Mumbai in the one kid after Dale's time predicting that they would go to 300 in the scoreboard. But yeah, obviously Ashish is there, and they have lost a game today in the afternoon. So moving back to Delhi Capitals, where it went
yeah,
wrong Ashish the
Saptoshida
last three
didn't
games.
say our CSK would finish. Please
yeah.
He's
give
putting
us
his
the
two.
number.
He's saying
Huh?
two.
Yeah, I'm saying 9. Chalo.
Yeah,
Nine.
same
No,
nine
I
here.
Nine.
feel Rajasthan
Okay, move to
Royals.
Delhi.
ठीक है Delhi. See, if you guys remember yesterday itself, I told
Follow.
that I feel that DC is going to lose today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just felt that okay. See, I have a very weird reason, but this is what, when I went to Arun Jaitley for the game against Rajasthan Royals, this is what the people there were discussing कि अक्षर पटेल गुजरात से है, हार्दिक पांड्या उसका गुजरात वाला दोस्त है, उसने आके उसको बोला कि भाई एक मैच हार जा, वो बोला ठीक है दिल्ली हार रहा हूँ, हार गया. द सेम लॉजिक ही वेंट टू गुजरात, बोला मैं अपने घर में कैसे जीत सकता हूँ, मैं अपने घर वाले टीम को कैसे हराऊं, बोला गुजरात जीत गया. No, the
No.
jokes apart, I felt the Mumbai game was a game where I don't have any answer from where the how DC
That was a
lost.
game where there was no logic. Today there was
Yeah,
some logic.
but today's game was perfect. Whenever a DC batter got a start, from Porel to KL to Karun to Stubbs, whenever they got settled, they were getting the boundaries. The wicket was falling. Okay, and no bigger partnership was able to flourish. And that is the reason why DC got shortened on their run, and Devanon Ferreira got his one chance and he couldn't make the most of it. That is sad. But and when it came to Gujarat's batting,
Bowling.
it was the partnership between Rutherford and Butler which actually did the game.
One
DC
question I would
has
like to ask you. The previous match we saw Mitchell Stark performing extremely well and winning the game for DC. Now today he was one of the main reasons why in the bowling department why DC actually lost the game. So how do you see it?
what if the only thing is the difference between the two games was Josh Butler. Josh Butler has pretty good stats against Mitchell
Yeah,
Stark.
that was
Over
something I
where
think shared with Ashish today only.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So even
So
the over where he scored 4 boundaries, those were Yorkers, and but it was Butler's
Five
magic.
boundaries actually.
Yeah,
yeah.
4 were Yorkers. The other one was short ball, and that landed just a few inches in front of the fielder who tried
Shivraj
to throw
Nigam.
the ball and
Yeah,
connect the
but
ball.
Ashish was happy that whenever Stark got a
And
beating from
Nigam,
George Butler, he won the cup.
Yeah. So there
Ashish,
is this
Nigam did not try to even get up and take the ball. The ball was going to the boundary slowly
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
he
mean,
just
But
let it
no,
go.
no. भाई थक गया होगा यार
That is
दोपहर में
casual.
comment करने का, मैं क्या बोलूं. मतलब वो पूरा वेट किया कि भाई बॉल बाउंड्री तक जा रहा है फिर एक्टिंग करने उठा.
That is taking the
उन्होंने
game
देखा.
casually, yeah, man.
you know, those who are watching the live for the first time or who have joined us for the first time, Ashish knows Delhi in and out. I mean, he decodes the Delhi team better than Kevin Peterson, the mentor. I genuinely feel he decodes it better than many
We
guys sitting at
urge
the ground.
Desi management to
I mean,
recruit Ashish as their
yeah, I remember the
analyst or
live.
something.
I remember the live session when Ashish joined us straight away from the comment box to the video. He just went mad at Delhi, whatever they've done in the past seasons. I thought, geez, this guy knows it in and out, every single player, even the stats. I think he's kind of written it somewhere else. But yeah, I think, as I mentioned in the group, the last game, if you see the overall position, you go back to dressing room, drawing room, what went wrong? Everything went wrong, apart from the Mitchell Stark 11 Yorkers and 12 balls. They have done well, but today is a bizarre game. I think Jack Prism, McGarvey gave him whatever we call him. He
Jack.
hasn't done anything else. Fop is injured. He's
Anything.
not doing anything else. Natarajan is injured. He's doing nothing else.
Oh,
And then Mohit is
JFM is
struggling.
one of the biggest flops in this IPL that we are not talking about. We are talking about Pant, we are talking about Venki Iyer because their, price was high, but JFM has been a flop throughout
Is a
this
yeah
IPL.
equal flop.
And not only this,
yeah, I mean,
he has been a flop throughout after that IPL. He has been a
Exactly.
flop in BBL. He has been a flop for Australia. He has been a flop throughout. So the expectations were also not very high from him.
Yeah, what kind of name is this?
Yeah. We saw it. But obviously, last question on Delhi is not really think that
But yeah,
chase him.
if they have foreigner slots left, then I
Yeah,
feel
that's my
भाई
question.
चमीरा को मोहित के ऊपर खिलाओ भाई.
I mean,
भाई he's an international bowler भाई. मतलब come on.
yeah, and the
If you
fact
have
is,
a international slot, then why not you bring
they have
Chamira in?
international, slot even in the inter squad. They haven't gone for replacement of Brook. They had the chance to go for Brevis. They haven't, and now they have seen Brevis trying to. They have so many options there. So I think that is a bit of an issue where things going well. But they could have, you know, done a better
Yeah, I mean,
replacing. So
I,
yeah,
I
that's
yeah,
the
am
thing.
they
very
I
could
mean,
have,
sure
they
they
could
are
have
going
taken
with
a
the
better replacement, but anyways,
replacements.
let's go to Ashish. Where they would finish this season. Delhi.
Uh, 4.
Four. So you're saying they would come from two to four. Okay, we are doing the live. Delhi's next match. Where are they playing? I think they're where are they
I
going?
believe
they are
against KKR at
they are
Firozpur.
playing next match Delhi. No, Tuesday is their match at Lucknow. So पंत के साथ मिलने जा रहा है.
Okay.
अच्छा,
And in Lucknow or
राहुल जा रहा है
Delhi?
गोयनका से मिलने.
Where is the game is? Okay, that's in
Lucknow.
Lucknow,
Lucknow.
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 Yeah, Lucknow. Ekana.
Oh, that's a part in buys that. Okay, so Lucknow. Okay, are they winning it? Ashish.
I think they are.
Yeah,
They
I
are a
will
good
back.
team, and LSG is a complete. I
I will
mean,
back them.
Pant
Let
is
him
not a
talk. Just
captaincy
let him
material,
talk.
man.
Huh?
Also, I think
Ashish,
LSG's
are they
bowling
winning it?
maybe is expected.
I will say, yeah, high chances. I will back DC to win it.
Did you back DC to
Today
win against
also
Gujarat?
LSG is going to lose the match. We have lost the track. I mean, we are not updating our viewers about the match. I think RR is in a great position to win the match.
Yeah, they should win this match. I think someone is
I mean,
asking
you
who
can't
is
really
new
predict
member.
others.
Okay, okay. So
November,
Okay,
please
Tulla
so
wants to
introduce
know who is
yourself.
new member. So yeah, we already had the introduction of Avib Shah. She did
Charlie
the
Z
KK
is
debut.
asking about your introduction.
look at the next one. I will remember that song again.
But who is Tulla Bana Sardar? He is
We
also
don't
somebody
know.
Is
who
someone
joins.
He's one of our
we don't
permanent
Regular
know?
viewers.
participant.
He
Regular
comes
Okay,
almost
participant.
that's
every night.
Okay, okay.
Okay, 2 years ban
Yeah.
is also the same.
those.
Hi.
Yeah,
So I'm
two
supposed to
years
give the
ban has
intro
come
now.
with his iconic dialogue. And
That's for
Godo,
that's for
having seen that,
Sharma. That
has
that's for
removed the
Sharma.
comment.
Yeah, I saw the comment. But whatever it is, moving forward to
Yes,
okay. The
DC points table. Ashish said four, right?
oh yeah, sorry, the camp. Where
Yes.
did they four? Chaptershi.
Four.
Okay, you said four to some other
No, I
team,
said
right?
Mumbai three. I said Mumbai three, RCB two.
Okay, Rhythm,
Two. Delhi two.
Abhishek,
Two.
In fact, Delhi can also win the match. I will
Odisha.
go for Delhi one.
Mine is also between 3 and 2. 3 hasn't been set, so I'll go with 3.
I think they will top the table. I think they will top the table. Don't take it as a jinx. Don't take it as I'm not jinxing anything. I think they are
That's
going
what
to
I'm
top the
going to
table.
say to Ashish also. Don't take it as a
I
jinx. Delhi might
I think
win this year's
because
IPL.
DC
they're
loss,
missing that one
IPL's
or
win.
two moments in the game. See, lost, I feel.
What kind of language is this, man? DC loss, IPL win. We cannot decode it. We are not that good in English. Good at English.
Whatever. Okay. Let's go to other
Okay,
team.
so
Let's
so
go to
five are done, right? DC, KKR,
GT,
GT,
RCB, CSK.
MI is
let's
also
go
done.
to
Six is
MI
done.
is also done.
Yeah, six done.
Now,
So four more
RR
left.
going with
LSG
Now
versus
RR.
coming to
Let's
the
go to
RCB.
Punjab.
yeah.
Let's
Let's
SRH.
go
cover
to
the
Punjab.
neighboring.
let
Cover the neighboring. First cover LSG, then RR, then Punjab.
so
Yeah.
let's go to the
Okay.
SRH also has to be done.
champions. Let's
SRH
Yeah,
is yeah.
SRH
We
has to be
can
done. Maybe Godo
हम
is
लोग
waiting
पहले
for
नॉर्थ इंडिया
Kabia.
कवर कर लेते हैं फिर साउथ इंडिया चले जाते हैं.
let's go to the maiden championship. won the first season, and since then nothing. But they don't get
And
much
Jaiswal's gone.
and brought the match
good.
to live wire. But it's a good knock from Jaiswal.
Rajasthan Royals. They started with two defeats, then won two games back to back, then again two defeats. I think, oh, sorry, three defeats. Now they are winning this one against Lucknow as of now. So
Hopefully, yeah.
let's go to
Okay,
Odisha.
okay.
Why do you
Let's
think?
talk about.
Let's go to Odisha first. And why do you see this team, holding or at the end of the season? Because they have so many issues with batting department haven't really clicked, bowling department haven't really clicked. They haven't really come together in a game. Those two games where they won, one against Chennai, where
Yeah,
they bowled well towards the back end of the innings and death overs, and then the one win came against whom? I think they won against who? One against Chennai and one against
We are talking
One
about Rajasthan,
against
right? Rajasthan
yeah,
Royals.
Yeah,
Rajasthan Royals.
Rajasthan.
They
Rajasthan
won.
for sure
Chennai.
in the one against. Achha, even I
Let me
also
check.
don't remember, but
I think in that
overall they
match
kind
where
of no say.
Jofra Archer bowled really well, I guess, that match.
Okay, they beat
Yeah,
Chennai
it
by
was.
six
Yeah,
runs
it was
and they beat Punjab
Punjab
Kings.
against Punjab.
Punjab,
He
Punjab.
bowled Priyan Shadia and Shreyas in the
Okay,
first over.
just Kiko,
Oh, yes.
just okay, just make a review of the
I think
entire
there
season
is
as of now
a
for Rajasthan Royals.
for Rajasthan, I would say that they have a top order is an Indian core for sure. Maybe there is a lacking of a foreigner overseas player. That is one of the angles that I would suggest because it has been an Indian core in and out, and the bowling, especially from the last few
Whenever
seasons that
people
they
say
had.
RR, I think they are pointing me because I am also RR. Ritam Roy. Whatever. Just carry on, man.
Whatever, yes,
What
moving
is
away from that.
what are you
But
beautiful
yes, I think the bowling has been a step down for sure. They do miss the likes of a Trent or a Chahal for that matter of
Chahal.
fact. There
Chahal.
has been Sandeep. There has been Sandeep,
One
but I
question.
don't
Are
think
they
Sandeep.
missing scientist Anna?
I don't think it would
no?
be scientist Anna to that much, but Chahal for sure. Especially how
Okay.
he has come around in PBPS at the present moment. And yes, I think yeah, pretty much this much. And I think yeah, as I said, that in the top order maybe an overseas matter, a foreign matter, because it's more of an Indian core. I think Josh Butler, they would
Oh,
miss
sure.
him badly for sure.
Josh
They have
Butler,
given
any
him
team
the
will miss. I
improved
mean,
status.
Josh Butler is such a good
He's an
player in this
asset,
format.
Yeah,
yes, to whichever team he is. So it's more
he's
of
an
a
asset.
trial and error season it would be
yeah,
for
like
Rajasthan.
Joe, I simply hate Josh Butler for being so good.
I think few things haven't really clicked. I think Sanju has batted well, decently, I would say, but hasn't really covered the
And
entire
also, I
opening
don't
position as of
understand
now.
Riyan Parag at all. Like, I don't understand his contribution at all.
Yeah, I
Today is
think
playing a. Today
His
is giving a
contribution is
contribution.
to bring Assam
Yeah,
in the
like
map of cricket.
sporadic.
Yeah, Riyan
Uh,
Parag has been the poster boy of Assam, to be
Okay,
honest.
Yeah,
Papu
yeah.
Peja has a comment.
Bharat is from Assam and he's from
14
Assam.
years
That
old. Talent.
what was Riyan Sparak
yeah, I saw a
creatively
very good.
Papu
Okay, I
come in
saw
the
a very good.
super over?
No, because see, Rajasthan is playing today. Okay, he's saying
I've understood that if DC
I
don't qualify in top two, then forgot
Riyan
trophy.
Okay, Ritik
Parag
has a comment. Orange cap and purple
I
cap.
have forgotten the
will
trophy
come back.
since
We'll
2008.
see.
Yeah, orange cap and purple cap. Ritik, we are coming back to that. Yeah,
Coming
go
back to
to
it,
complete.
but because there's a fun game that ESPN did just a few minutes ago. I saw it that would
And
have you what are you doing
Rajasthan
when
is taking the match to very deep.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
they
that
will give us
because
I,
another thriller.
I'm saying
Hmm.
that because Vaibhav Suryavanshi is making his IPL
I
debut at
think
the age of
Rajasthan, what
so
they are not
the
using
coach
Nitish
said
Rana to his
that
full potential.
the ESPN is
also,
doing a
do they
very
have
fun
good
moment.
all-rounders,
You
Rajasthan?
don't want to speak,
I
man.
think they lack in that department as well.
I mean, Rajasthan had this problem with less bowling options and batting depth since 2022. With the impact player rule, it has improved a bit, but still there's that gap, that lack of all rounders.
Oh, and Parag is
Yeah,
out. Just to sorry
yeah,
to disturb.
yeah.
Arey
You
man,
said Parag is playing well.
उस चीज पे एक जोक भी
Yeah,
था
I
कि
I
पांच
brought the
हाँ,
jinx.
बैटर्स
हैप्पी
खिला
को लगी
लेंगे,
रहा.
पांच बॉलर्स खिला लेंगे और एक रियान पराग खिला लेंगे.
Are we
I
I
mean,
that?
think I
people say
remember
that
Joy Bhattacharya's
Parag
comment. Anyways,
I'm saying that
Parag
there was a fun
Parag
moment
has
in
only one
ESPN. They were
prime
asking me,
that started in 2024, ended in 2024.
okay, the ESPN was
I just
asking a
wish
very
that
fun question.
Venkatesh Iyer doesn't becomes Riyan Parak to Rajasthan. I just wish that doesn't
Okay, okay,
happen to
let
us.
Gaurav finish whatever
For
he is
it,
saying.
for the
Yes,
Dodo
last
is
5 minutes,
trying.
for the last five
please.
minutes, I'm trying my best to put a question before all of you guys. It's a fun moment that ESPN has shared just now in their Twitter account. That the question is, what were you doing when you were 14? Because the guy in 14 has just smacked Shatu Thakur over the covers for a six on his very
भाई
first ball. So I mean,
भाई वो 14 का है तो मैं 12 का हूँ
क्या?
भाई भाई वो
Yeah, continue.
14 भाई वो 14 का नहीं है भाई मतलब
Okay,
ही
let's
इज
go.
Okay,
Just say,
I
Ashish,
was
what were
looking
you
at
doing?
okay. Let's discuss on his yeah,
What were
the
you
age
doing
on
I
the
when
was
paper.
you were 14?
What were you doing?
what was I was in class 9. I was not doing anything class 9. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think I watched
I was
KKR win that one. I think I
I
watched KKR win that match
Yeah,
against Punjab in the final.
2014.
I
Yeah.
I
was
had been
when
going
I
to
was
school
14, I
sitting
was
with
watching
Godo.
DC lose. Even
At the
today,
age of
I'm
14,
watching DC
Godo
lose.
and I
I
used to
think
sit
DC
on the
was
same bench
daredevils at that
in
When
time.
Ashish
school.
was
DC.
14, Kevin Peterson was with DC. Now he's again back with DC.
I remember
Now
we were in class
I saw
9.
Aditya Tare hit that six at the age of 14,
Okay, at
and then he
14,
vanished.
14.
Who
Okay,
who who
Oh,
did the
that was
six?
can you,
2015.
Sabir, can you take Pappu's comment?
Yes,
Yeah.
2015 man.
Oh, don't take it, don't take
Mm.
it. Huh? Okay, he's 17. What
He
a
is 17, bro.
fool. Okay, at 14, that was in 2015. Okay, me and Rita was going to school at that point of time. But I remember because I'm struggling with my
नहीं
history
कैच
notes.
पकड़ ले पंत भाई नहीं पकड़ पाया
Don't take it, don't take it. Okay, move. Okay, let's just do the one standing. Where would Dawson finish by the end of the season?
7.
Plus seven, same.
I don't know.
7, mine 7 too.
Other
I'm
two,
predicting 5.
Seven. I'm saying seven only.
whatever, doesn't matter to me. They can end out of that points table. Doesn't really bother me.
So,
But you have to give
Prince
an answer.
Prince Yadav bowling this 19th over. Can Shimron Hetmeyer close this out here?
Man, these guys are
See,
taking
now
the.
Jurel and Hitman, if they bottle 2 games from the same position back to back,
भाई ये लोग ये दोनों 25 करोड़ का रिटेंशन है 2 गेम बॉटल करेंगे तो निकालो
25 नहीं
नहीं
28 कर
निकालो।
रही 25
राहुल
नहीं
द्रविड़
14 और 11
ऐसे
अच्छा
राहुल
मतलब
द्रविड़ ऐसे
जुरेल
उठेगा।
हिटमैन से ज्यादा महंगा है
At
राहुल
14, I'm the best
ऐसे उठेगा,
हाँ
ऐसे
defending.
वो करेगा।
but I feel Rutherford is a very मतलब Rutherford has really improved his cricketing skills मतलब he played really well
Okay,
मतलब
let's
he
move to the
didn't
team
just
that is now bowling now. Lucknow Super Giants and pretty
yeah
new
from
season
there
for
we'll go
them.
to Lucknow and from there we'll go to Punjab and then we take the flight back to Hyderabad.
Yeah,
Hyderabad.
in just 1 minute,
maybe by then Kavya will come. Shubhradeep is hoping.
hopefully. Where is Kavya? Because
Shubhradeep's secret lover, Kavya. यार
hopefully
bottle मत कर. These
just
guys
go
are
to
bottling the
Lucknow.
batsman.
भाई एक और
Oh
सुपर
my
ओवर दे दे
god.
चल.
That's another dot ball. So they're by 19 of 10. Goenka is happy. He's smiling a little. But yeah,
How
Who
did they
is
bottle
bowling?
what
this
else?
game? They needed 27 of 21, man.
Oh, Prince
Okay,
Yadev. He has been a find, I would say.
let's speed it up. Speed it up. We are 11
Yeah.
past 4, so I have to speed it, wrap it up quickly. Let's go to Lucknow Super Giants. They bought a new captain. Huge money, so much money. They spent almost half of a bank for Rishabh Pant. They got that's a six. No, that's a catch. That's a one. That's
No, no,
two.
no, 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 no.
That's
That's
two.
two.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So Lucknow
what's
Super Giants.
Rishabh Pant? Rishabh Pant's batting. That is the issue. I think Rhythm will talk us through for that. Hasn't really been up to the mark, apart from the last game, which I don't think brought
Exactly.
much
Today only
impact.
in the group we were discussing about this poll where I posted who has been more disappointment, who has been more of a disappointment this year in the IPL, and I posted two options. One is Rishabh Pant and another one is Venki Iyer. So if you see, Pant has not been with his bat in this IPL, and also his captaincy has been an issue
Um,
throughout because the last game against CSK, we can see that
Yeah,
He did not bowl Bishnoi the last over or the penultimate over for that matter, which could have turned the game for their favor, in their favor. So there, it's a issue. Pant is not doing well, to be very honest. I think that may be due to the fact that he's taking too much pressure because of the captaincy and because of the price tag that he's having. And another fact is that uh, also the way people hype Rishabh Pant in the white ball game, I don't think he has been up to the mark. He has not used his caliber to the best. That is my take on Pant. So and also, even if you are not performing really well, at least you should perform somewhat. He's not doing anything, to be very honest. Because in the CSK match, also people will say that he has scored 64 runs or something, but in the middle overs he ate too many deliveries, which could
yeah.
have added
Particularly
some.
those overs of Noor Ahmed, he just couldn't lay bat on ball.
Exactly.
Well,
He cannot play spin well.
I am moving to Ashish with a question that you are familiar with Pant for a long, long time because he's captain in Delhi for a long, long time. Are you satisfied that he's not captaining Delhi and he's new captain for Lucknow Super Giants this time around? And how do you see him? What changes he has brought to his captaincy that was for the Delhi side and now for the Lucknow side.
Yeah, see the Bisnoi thing that you guys are talking about. I have mentioned it before as well. This has been a problem with Rishabh Pant since forever.
Yeah.
Even with Kuldeep Yadav, he didn't used to bowl his quota of 4 overs. He couldn't utilize his bowlers to the best perfection, to utilize each one of them in the best way. So this has been his problem since forever, giving Tom Curran the ball instead of Rabada. But he has made blunders in the past, and I feel compared to what he did for DC, being the wicketkeeper, being the captain, he actually didn't take a review for Team David, which was a must-win game for DC,
Yeah,
and if they won that, they would have qualified, and they didn't. And Rishabh Pant didn't. He was the keeper. He was the captain. So it's his double responsibility to take those decisions right at the most crucial moments. He has
I
done
think
huge blunders for DC.
Pant has this attitude to show himself over smart. He always will show that he is doing something extraordinary out of the box, but at the end it doesn't click. Not everyone can be MS Dhoni. Let's be very frank.
Yeah, could be the case that he tries to imitate Dhoni, but it doesn't just come correctly like it used to do it for Dhoni. Uh, I agree to that, but I don't rate Rishabh Pant a very good captain. Like if I compare him with Shreyas Iyer is miles better captain than Rishabh Pant. Not only that, and his white ball cricketing skills, especially in T20 cricket, has just gone down since 2018. Like post 2018, especially post 2020, since he has gained even more weight post the COVID lockdown. Even his the T20 batting skills has gone really below par. He's riding on
One
his
question: has accident is actually almost a deadly accident? Did it put some effect on him? I would like to
yeah,
know.
yeah. But see, the thing is, even before the accident, it was not like he was performing very well with the bat in the white ball cricket.
yeah. I
So,
think his IPL best seasons came in 18 and 19. From 20, the
yeah,
decline started.
yeah, but exactly, exactly. So it wasn't like that before the accident. He was batting really well. Since his accident, there hasn't been much ODI games, and so I cannot really comment on his ODI performance because in ODI he really clicked because before the accident in England he
Yeah, he
won
got
a,
that 100 at, I think,
yeah, yeah.
Old
Yeah,
Trafford or
he did.
whatever
Yeah,
it was.
just want to interrupt. Just want to interrupt. There's a funny thing going on. Didn't want to change the ball because he wanted to reverse swing with the old delivery, but the umpire found that there's some portion of the ball is not it is right place, so they want to change it. Avesh and Pant was against it because they wanted the reverse swing with
Yeah,
the old delivery. Now they're changing it. That could be a match defining position because they're changing the ball as a new it's a kind of a old delivery, but not the same one. So
yeah, they have to
there
give the same like to like kind of a ball. Yeah,
won't be the same for sure. That you are saying Pant
yeah,
is not happy. Absolutely is not happy. Abesh is not happy, as you can see in the screen. 8 of 5. yeah, back to the point.
Yeah, so Rishabh Pant's batting and then the accident thing, definitely I feel that his keeping career would go down significantly because during the accident he got hit on his knees, and being a keeper you have to do the squats quite often, and that takes a huge toll on your knees. So I just feel maybe in the longer run his keeping career is going to be short. Uh, that is what I certainly
Yeah,
see.
even if you see his T20 I stats, I mean, I think he is striking at around 125 or something of that sort.
He
So
never
his
really
T20
played
I career has also never been on the rise.
for
And
for
he's played
IPL.
78 matches or something, if
Yeah,
I'm not
for
wrong.
IPL, at least he had a good start. He in 2016, 17, 18, 19, there was an upward curve. He was one of the players bowlers used to fear. He was used to be that guy. But in T20 international, he never showed any talent. Like he just rode on the back of his uh, brand image and his test performance in the T20 international squad. He never really deserved a place on his own merit in T20 internationals. To be fair, that is the fact. They tried him to open as well. He didn't do anything. And
Yeah,
and
that happened in the New Zealand series.
New
So
Zealand
I think
series.
let's shift the focus a bit from Pant to the rest of the LSG team. That bowling also. I mean, that bowling
not,
on paper never looked the best of the lot, to be honest. But still, they
but the
have clicked
performance.
somehow
No,
in a
Digbesh
few
started to
games.
look promising to me.
Yeah, Digbesh
Uh,
Shardi looks a bright prospect, to be honest. Shardul did well in
Prince,
2 or 3 games, I
although
think.
But
all the
Ravi Bishnoi
Prince Yadav
hasn't been.
looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ravi
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 Bishnoi.
Bishnoi, I
Bishnoi.
think,
Bishnoi.
hasn't had that much a good season which people expected. He has been undone by Digbesh Shardi, who is the more inexperienced
Okay,
guy.
I think
So
Pappu Peja has a comment regarding Pant.
Yeah,
I think
taking
we
two
have,
oh,
yes,
I think it's
someone
out.
wants Shubhadeep also to
That's
comment something. We can have that after this
So he's
LSG one.
saying that some opinion on baby Avi. I
Baby
think they
Epi.
is really good. I think he can flourish. It's one. Okay, he can smack the spinners
So
well, which I have
it's two.
seen. And always
by
It's two.
he
It's a
got
two.
run
It's
out.
a two.
I
He
think
got
he's
run out.
always run out.
No, he
The
No,
got
no,
run
no,
Ashish is,
no, no.
Ashish is
I
faster.
think. I mean,
Ashish is. I think Travis is a
No, it
very
looked
good
like the ball
batter. He can,
didn't hit also.
yeah,
out.
array,
Actually,
that guy Pant actually hit the wicket with his hand. Always this
Yeah,
kind
hit with
of
his hand. That's what I thought.
extraordinary
मतलब क्या मतलब अब इसमें गाली नहीं
created an
सुनेगा तो क्या
illusion.
क्या सुनेगा भाई मतलब
Yeah. Let's get to the
I
point. So
thought it was a
Shubhadeep,
clear
maybe
run out.
whatever he was saying. Shubhadeep, I mean,
okay. I
Deval
think
Brevis,
that
what he
yeah.
was saying.
I think Dewar Davis is a very good player against the spin. He can bash
Out.
the bowlers.
That
He
is
can
out. That
bash
is
the
out.
bowlers very well. And also a good thing is he can bowl. He can give us 1 over if we need it. It's always a good for to have someone who can get out Virat Kohli as he did in one of those games. All those years ago.
Mumbai RCB, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I guess RCB gone. That's gone. That's
Yeah.
gone.
That's what I say, man.
Man,
You were lagging behind.
I think Rhythm is far like
We
ahead
don't
of
see
us
Rhythm is
him.
in
watching
terms
on
of
I'm
TV
internet.
watching
actually.
the. I'm watching
Rhythm is
on
watching
TV.
on TV as well. They are bottling this
Man,
seriously. Yeah,
lucky guy.
so
seriously.
actually what happens is when they telecast the Syrians are probably near Delhi, Central India or Mumbai, so I get the feed faster than you guys.
अरे बाप रे अरे बाप रे
बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग लगा लिया when you use 100% of your brain.
Umam
Look
Dubey.
at
Then I think
him.
wasn't Nitish Rana playing today?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
played. He
did.
got
Yeah,
out.
he's
Yeah,
playing.
you.
He
He
got
got
out.
out.
Now who will
Yeah,
come?
Okay.
Shubham
He's
Dubey?
he came at number three itself.
okay. Let's just end the game here. We just end the game and we'll wrap it up in 15 minutes. I don't think we need to talk a lot about Punjab and Hyderabad. Let's change the trend and talk about a few things that have the IPL brought up the new rules, the bat size thing, or the change of deliveries because when the dew comes, or the slow over rate that has been kind of taken away from banning the captain, or maybe a few new trends that has been going on, nothing else, and then we can wrap it up because it's getting quite late. Just end the game here. But I just want to come to everybody that how we are seeing that umpires checking the bat size. How satisfied are you with that new rule that I saw a
I
couple of
have
days
no
ago?
idea from where did they get this idea of checking the bat. Like from where did it all start?
And all of a sudden it started mid-season. I mean, or was
Yeah,
it happening even before? They were
No, no,
just
it
not
started from
telecasting.
mid-season.
no,
I,
it
I
was
didn't
happening.
see this,
It,
what was
Yeah,
it,
you
happening
no,
know,
no,
it
after.
it was
started
Okay.
from
happening.
mid-season because it started from because I have of the very first game of IPL, I went to watch it live. I didn't see that happening on the field, but on the
No,
recent game that
on
I
the
went,
field. What was happening that the square leg umpires or the third, no, third, sorry, not square leg, the fourth umpire was checking the bats in the dressing room of all the batters that they had. That these are my bats, 15 bats that the 10 players are using. So they are checking all of this. Suddenly, in the mid-season, one of those franchise members has came and raised a question that some of the players in the opponents are using bats which are outside the guideline of the IPL
They will
Council,
bottle the match badly.
and then they started to check it on the field. Now the third umpire is checking the bats of the openers, two openers on the boundary line, and the on-field umpires are checking the bats of the batters who are coming at the new position. So
Yeah,
that is the issue.
I think in that KKR game, Sunil Narine and Nokia were made to change their bats.
Yeah, that is the
Yes.
so it can really
This
break
game
your
is
rhythm.
gone.
It is not a bad thing, to be very honest, because the dimension should be there. Because
Seriously.
uh,
भाई
okay, this is
पूरा
going to be
मतलब
another wicket,
राजस्थान
I believe.
पीक राजस्थान मोमेंट हो रहा है भाई.
No, this is not a wicket, so they will take, I guess, 2 to 3
वो
runs.
जो 7 बोला था उसको मैं नीचे लेके जाना चाहूंगा.
I don't think
एक पे लेके जाना
LSE would
It's in
lose
the
the
air,
Up
game.
it's
in
in
the
the
air
air,
for
it's
a
in
long,
the air,
long
it's in the
time,
air,
and it
and
we
it's
dropped it.
dropped.
David
Oh,
Miller.
dropped.
David,
They dropped
David
it,
David
so
Miller
I
Miller
dropped it.
think
dropped it.
we may see a super over today.
How can
नहीं
I?
यार,
They
So
need
if
four
it's a
runs.
super over, please don't tell you guys. I mean, who are
No, they
watching
need
it before us.
they need 4 runs, right? They took 2 runs.
Okay.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
three
Oh, they
runs they took.
3 runs. Okay, three.
No,
Now,
no, they took 2 runs.
Okay, so please don't
no,
tell
no,
it.
No,
three,
no,
three,
they
three,
took 3 runs.
three, three, three.
Okay, I wouldn't say anything. Let the
Ashish,
ball
same to Ashish
happen.
also.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, they needed six, right? And Shivam Dubey hit
No,
that
no, they
shot.
took they took 2 runs.
They took three years, it's showing.
My broadcaster is saying
LSG, no super over. LSG has won. I mean, how can you bottle this match, man? This is so pathetic.
I mean,
Shame on RR,
unbelievable.
man.
Unbelievable bottling.
I love that Shivam Dubey. He said, "Don't run, don't run. You don't want to lose the wicket." I am happy only because that one person, that is PL. Justin Langer is sitting in the Lucknow dugout, and I'm happy for him. Okay, let's end it in the 12 minutes we have in hand. Let's talk about the trend. We can really focus on the video fully now. I hope others just open their camera if they can, and we will end it on just 12 or 10 or 12 minutes. Just going back to
Okay.
Avisha, the all trend that's going on. How do you see that trend from the umpires changing the ball in the middle innings when the dew came, because it gets really wet for the ball and becomes really tough for the backboard of the bowlers to execute in tough conditions. So how do you see that decision or the rule from the umpires to change the delivery midway in the second innings? How do you see that rule going on?
I think yes, like something to be there at the bowler's end for sure, because you do have from the mid innings in the due respected conditions, you have the towel and greasing the ball again and again. So I do say that any which way T20 is a game more relying on the batter friendly side, but I think yeah, for me it's like not much of a comment, but I would say yeah, a good thing, honestly.
Going to Ritom, I think that that rule of you can using the saliva on the ball, which Mitchell Stark used it pretty well. Reverse swing. Bhuvi also talked about it, that I can use the saliva on the ball. It was the end of the innings to get the reverse swing, produce reverse swing, make it harder for the batters to score the runs. How do you see that rule? Do you want to see that rule coming back in the international cricket?
I see. I don't have any problem. I
Ritom.
don't know the exact timeline,
Many
but
bowlers are said to have, yeah, advantage with that because
exactly,
of
I
the
don't
saliva
know the
usage.
exact timeline.
Yeah.
But I think it got banned after COVID, right? Was it did it something
Yeah, right, right.
have to do with
After
COVID?
COVID, yes, for
Exactly,
high,
exactly.
yeah.
So I don't think that now it poses any risk of COVID or something health issues or like. So I think the bowlers also should have something to celebrate. To be very honest, to use something. I think I do not have any problem with that rule. It's a if it is going in favor of bowler, it's very well because the game has become already a batter friendly game.
Better, yeah.
So bowlers should have something to
Um,
Yeah.
use.
that's question for everyone. I'll come to everyone one by one. That there are so many young players, young uncapped players who have impressing performances. Mid-season of the tournament. Now there's Priyank Arya who has scored at the second fastest IPL century as an Indian against Chennai in Chandigarh. There is Rathi,
Yeah.
obviously, with his pen and note kind of a notebook celebration with so many vital wickets at different positions of the game. There is Ashwini. There's Ashwini who has got the 4 wickets against
M.
KKR and
Ashwani
won't
Kumar, yeah,
use
who
the
got a
pace and
4 for on his
bounce.
debut against KKR.
Yeah, Aniket
Then
Verma, who
there's
came from a state league, scored massive runs and saved Hyderabad in many situations where they needed to score those runs in the fireworker.
Vipraj
And then
Nigam.
there are others. Was there
Vipraj Nigam.
Vipraj Nigam, Puttur is also there. So those two
Vignesh
have. And
Patur is there.
who is the youngster that has impressed you the most in all the situations? I'll come to Haftarshi first. Who is that one youngster who has you're seeing like wow, this is something else. I didn't really expect something like from that player. Who is that one youngster?
See, I won't say I didn't expect, like, I saw him for the first time, honestly speaking, but Vipraj Nigam has impressed me the most because of his multifaceted attributes. I mean, he can bowl in the power play, he can bowl outside the power play, good spin, I mean, leg spin, he can bowl, and then the way he can bat down the order. I mean, that kid has impressed me the most, to be honest,
Fielding,
out of all
fielding,
the youngsters.
fielding as well. He's a good fielder. He
Yeah,
made
yeah,
that
yeah. Yeah,
Sharma
thanks,
run out.
Ashish, for adding that also.
बस आज का वो कैच छोटे बटलर का तो he has been doing it.
Okay,
अच्छा, आज
Rhythm,
कैच ड्रॉप किया था, याद नहीं मुझे.
Uh,
Any
yes,
player that
I think for me, Vignesh Putur has been the one. I am looking after him. He's a great young talent. I think if he is scouted, if he is trained well, he is looked after well. I think he is going to be a great
Yeah, Vignesh
wrist
Puthur was
spinner
sent
for India.
with MI City, I think, in that SA20 league. He stayed
yeah,
there.
yeah. They sent Vignesh to the Cape Town team because have to spend some time to share dressing room with Rashid Khan and Trent Bolt, the same team, and then he came back from it. That was a good thing for Mumbai. They also sent Robin Lindsay to England for that kind of a few periods where he can take those dressing room things. So that is a good thing. And Abhisha, the player that has impressed you the most, youngster.
My name would be actually Rathi from LSG because LSG's bowling is like pretty ordinary, of which I think Rathi seems to be that ray of
Yeah,
beacon of light. And then his performance and the celebrations that he has, which is any which way an eye catcher. So that those kinds of players are players who just feels the game and is in the moment. So those players are like really good to watch. He doesn't care about the match fees or those fines and all those things. He does a style of celebration. So yes, for me, I would say Rathi in otherwise a deserted kind of an LSG bowling. He seems to be that little ray of hope. So yeah, Rathi for LSG.
LSG
Yeah,
has moved
Abhishek,
to four, pushing down RCB to five.
that is a good thing. Abhishek, any player that you have been
I would
impressed
put
with
Abhishek.
in
Yeah.
Divya
yeah.
Shatil for sure, and I think today Prince Yadav impressed me. I think he's bowling with his pace. So yeah, these two bowlers I'm looking forward.
Yeah, Prince Yadav, I mean, Prince Yadav did well in the first two games just because Akashdeep came back, they put him in. But Akashdeep, I think he has just not cracked the T20 format. He's having an economy of 11 plus in IPL, and they needed Prince Yadav. He bowled well against SRH, also got Travis Head with that Yorker.
Yeah, I think Ashish should say Nigam, so I don't go into him.
No,
By the
no, no,
way,
no, no, no,
Viprash Nigam, I'm not.
no, no, no,
No?
no, no. I will not say. I will say Priyan Chadha because
Yeah.
Samir,
uh,
this is bowling.
नहीं भाई नहीं Priyan Chadha because I definitely have had heard of him from Delhi T20 League and Delhi in fact went after him, but Punjab had more money. They got Arya, but the thing is, I didn't expect him
Mhm.
to come at that scale and and be that effective. That is something I hadn't expected of him. But he is doing that as an opener, and that has impressed me. Certainly, it can be that JFM kind of a thing, like beginner's luck kind of thing. But so far, he has been very amazing.
I think personally I love Rati the most. I think he bowled in different positions where you need wickets, and Pant has used him well as of now. Hasn't got a lot of wickets. They got 10 wickets, 10 or 9 wickets odd this season, but he has
Yeah.
bowled crucial even against Mumbai. That 1 over he bowled to Hardik. He was very cool, calm, composed in a precision. Don't really, sometimes you miss the length or line because you're facing Hardik Pandya, the stature that he has as a opponent team's captain. So he is someone who has held his shape pretty well in tough situations. I love Priyan's Arya, yeah, but I
Yeah.
think the opponent teams haven't really used the short ball a lot against him. They have used the short ball a lot. I want to see the bowlers go a little bit towards the off stump region, bit towards the up zone, and make him play the drive, make him play the drive, make him play cut shot, and that's how to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, this
So
is
I think
something that
we
I
missed
want
out
to.
Ritik's question early on. So Ritik sent
Uh,
one orange cap and
we'll
purple
finish
cap
it with
predictions.
I
Exactly.
will finish it with that prediction. Orange cap and purple caps. I'll move to everyone, starting with
Okay.
Ritam. So
Okay. So
orange cap and purple cap.
let me recollect
I
who is
think
in the orange.
Shai Sudarshan can win the orange cap this year, and the way GT is performing, I think they will play the playoffs and maybe the final also. I think Shai Sudarshan will be one for the orange cap, and purple cap. I think uh, I don't think Noor Ahmed will be able to play the playoffs, so that's why I will go with maybe Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think orange cap, Sai Sudarshan, most likely because of his consistency and the fact that he doesn't fail a lot often. So and GT also playing the playoffs. So I think they will make it. Sai Sudarshan will make it. The purple cap, I think, who will be? Noor Ahmed, I would have said if CSK would have been a good position, but who can it be? Maybe Josh Hazelwood.
Yeah, Rohisha. Your
Mine as well, Sai Sudarshan for orange cap because Nicholas Puran will not have it because I am not seeing LSG going anywhere up the order. So Sai
Man, they
Sudarshan
moved to fourth position today.
no, they played one
and
game more than the others, so they're bound to.
Exactly.
yes, and another one is the purple cap. Purple cap, yes, I would say DC. This one, which Ritam also said,
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep. Yes,
Kuldeep
he is
Yadav.
having a season for sure. Yeah.
Ashish.
Yeah, so Sudarshan and Krishna.
Oh boy,
Sudarshan and
Krishna,
I think
Prashid.
okay,
has it
Prasid. Prasid.
happened in how often has it happened that both purple cap and orange cap have come from the same franchise,
It has
same
happened
team?
past for the one franchise who dons that yellow jersey. Happened in the past in 2014 when Bravo got the purple cap. Sorry, Mohit Sharma got the purple cap, and orange cap went to that man. What's
Yeah,
his name?
Hasi, Hasi.
Ravin Uthappa. No, no.
Asi.
2014.
2013
2014,
you were
Robin
saying, right?
Uthappa got the.
Okay, 14 you were
2013,
saying, Robin Uthappa.
2014,
14.
Robin
Asi.
Robin
Uthappa.
Uthappa.
So there was one season
No, no,
where
what are you saying? I mean, what is Godo saying?
there was one
Which
season
No, the
year
where
did you
same
say?
I think
orange cap and
Bravo.
purple cap from the same team, from the same franchise.
Okay, so
In
that has
14
happened
maybe.
even in
Asi.
22. Josh Butler and Chahal got from RR.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, okay.
Oh,
And
yes.
whenever that has happened, the team hasn't won. It happened in 13. CSK, Hasi
Now,
and
13.
now you see
Yes.
why I have
Hasi
chose.
and EA got Bravo got.
Asi and Bravo got. That was
Okay, okay.
very
Let's
funny.
let's let's move to the because
Even in
already the time has
17,
passed.
Warner and Bhuvi got. But SRH didn't qualify for the finals
Okay,
anyway, 17.
Okay,
let's
okay, okay.
end one. I just won that Nicholas Puran and Prasid Krishna. That's my prediction for as of now. Okay, thanks for everyone to join the live. Take a lot of time. I think we have taken more than
Thank you
an
Yeah,
all.
hour.
surely. Thanks to all five of you and all the guys, I mean, who have joined us in the comment section. So, I mean,
I
that
mean,
was really a great live, to be honest.
nearly
And would surely
nearly 100
try
minutes
to come
have
back
crossed.
again soon.
we'll see the same squad again back on 26th May or wherever we meet at the end of the IPL. The final is on the 25th of May at Eden Gardens. We'll see who will mix the championship, whether it's the same old franchise or it's something new. Just rises their head from the bush.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for joining, you guys. We'll see you again in a
Thank you
month's
Thank you,
guys.
time.
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Bye
Yeah.
you.
Thanks,
bye
everyone.
bye
Thank you,
guys.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.